Welcome to Shedding the Shame. I'm your host, Tammy Wong. This is where women stop whispering about the hard things. No performing, no fixing, no pretending we're fine. Just honest conversations about what we've carried, what it cost us, and how we rebuilt. You don't need a perfect story. You just need the courage to tell the truth. You are not broken. You are not dramatic. And you are not alone. Let's shed the shame. Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of Shedding the Shame. I'm Tammy Wong, and I'm the founder of Hair Loss Pride, a coaching and support community for women with hair loss. And I'm someone who has spent a lot of years learning what shame can do when it goes unspoken. This podcast has been sitting with me for almost a year now. Hair Loss Pride was born because I experienced hair loss starting at 15 years old. And for years, I felt embarrassed, isolated, and different. I thought I was the only one experiencing this, and I thought something was wrong with me. And eventually, I realized something important, that the hair loss wasn't the hardest part. The silence was. The pretending I was fine, the minimizing, the hiding it, the swallowing the hurt so I didn't make other people uncomfortable. And when I finally started speaking openly about my hair loss, something shifted. And not just for me, but for other women. They started opening up too, quietly at first, and then more honestly. And that's when I understood something bigger that I think I'd known all along. Hair loss isn't the only thing women are whispering about. We whisper about infertility, about miscarriages, about divorce, about family estrangement, about anxiety and depression, postpartum struggles, about being laid off, being in debt, being in an emotionally or physically abusive relationship, about having a parent go to jail, about dealing with autoimmune disorders and invisible illness, about friend breakups that hurt just as much as romantic ones, about taking up space, how dare we, about not being easy and go with the flow, being the good little girl and staying quiet. And I'm not speaking about these topics from a distance. I've lived many of them. I've experienced infertility and miscarriages. I've been through family estrangement, friendship loss, where the person I thought was my best friend texted me to end a 3.5-year friendship. Being laid off from a corporate job that I thought I was crushing and was completely blindsided when the company restructured. I lost my entire identity in a minute. I have had a parent go to jail when I was in high school, and that changed my life in so many ways forever. And it's something I held deep shame around and didn't talk to even my closest friends about for 15 plus years. Obviously, I've gone through hair loss. I've been through emotional abuse. I deal with anxiety, autoimmune disease, and I've been in crippling debt. So I know what it feels like to carry something heavy and smile anyway. I know what it feels like to think, other people have it worse. I should be grateful. I know what it feels like to downplay your own pain so you don't seem dramatic. We've been conditioned to be polite, to push through, to stay strong, to say we're fine when we're not. And I'm done with that. Shedding the shame exists because I've seen what happens when women finally tell the truth. Their nervous system softens, the isolation cracks, the story loses its power over you. This podcast is not going to be about trauma dumping. It's not about having everything wrapped up in a perfect bow at the end. It's not even about being the most inspiring person in the room. It's about honest, respectful conversations. So no trauma mining, no fixing, just a space to be heard and witnessed. Each episode will feature women who are willing to speak about the experiences they once carried quietly. We'll talk about where the shame came from, what it cost them, and what helped them rebuild. Because here's what I know. Shame thrives in silence, but it weakens when it's spoken out loud. You don't have to be famous or have a huge following to be a guest. You don't have to have a polished ending. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need a willingness to tell the truth. If you're listening and something in you feels seen right now, this space is for you. If you've ever felt broken because what you've lived through, this space is for you. If you've been carrying something quietly for years and you're tired of whispering, this space is for you. I created Hair Loss Pride to normalize conversations around hair loss, and I'm creating Shedding the Shame to widen that circle. Because the truth is, we're all carrying something, and none of it makes you weak. It makes you a human being. I'm so grateful you're here at the beginning of this. This is just the start to what I think will be a really important space to hold for women. And if today's intro resonated with you, I want you to do just one thing. Stop minimizing your own story. Whatever you've lived through, whatever you're carrying is valid. If you believe in conversations like this, go ahead and subscribe to Shedding the Shame so that you'll get all the newest episode drops and information. And if you feel like you have a woman in your life who needs to hear these conversations too, please share with them. And if you're someone who feels called to share your story someday and be a guest, go ahead and fill out the intake form, which is linked in the show notes. Until next time, keep taking up space and keep shedding the shame. Bye. Thank you for being here and for listening to another powerful conversation on shedding the shame. If something in today's episode resonated with you, I want you to sit with that. Let it land. Let it remind you that whatever you're carrying, you don't have to carry it quietly. Shame survives in silence. Healing begins when we speak. If this episode moved you, share it with a woman who needs to hear it. Start the conversation. Send the text. Have the brave talk. And if you're ready to stop whispering about your own story, keep coming back. These conversations are just getting started. Until next time, keep telling the truth, keep taking up space, and keep shedding the shame.